I just came home with a Longstrike. These have hit the States. I got this at a local Meijer. It's like a small Walmart type of thing for $30. Some other people have messaged me saying they are in stock at Target and maybe Toys R Us, one or the other. And that's in Ohio, so they should be everywhere by now. We're usually in the middle of the pattern of when people get stuff. But this is an unboxing and review of the stock blaster. I am well aware I've never made one of these videos. I usually do modified only stuff. I haven't made a video in a while. I'm going to review this and then have a modified video in a week or so. So here goes the review. Well, I'm going to open it up now. I already cut it, so it opens like any other Nerf gun, pretty much. Here's what's included. The blaster, the stock, here, the little front barrel, the bolt handle, some darts, and a magazine clip, and the instruction things. I actually keep all of these. I have a big stack of all of them from my stock blasters, which I find funny, but that's what you get. A couple little cords. You can't untie them. I feel that's a waste of time because I don't actually use them. So there's the main blaster. Stock. And the front barrel thing slides right out. This is my first one of these, but I imagine assembly can't possibly be that difficult since it's just a Nerf gun. And I'm aware my camera quality is lower. My good video camera is now in Florida with my mother, so I will not be filming in high quality for a few months until she returns. Oops. Some plastic wrap on the grip here. Would cut it off, but I don't want to scratch the handle. Yeah, well, there we go. Stock should just snap in. Just that. Front barrel, yeah, just like every other Strike attachment. Looks kind of like a sniper rifle, really long. Bolt, just like a long shot. Whoops. It appears that there's a bolt sled, just like a long shot in there. But, yeah, wow, it's very cool. Little sight that I'll get to. Yeah, I'm sorry, my camera angle's poor because I can't really angle my computer. Well, this is my mom's computer, but well, I think I just broke that off. I'll fix that later. That's just a little sight for the top. There's that. Yeah, so I will play with it for a few minutes and then give you a review. Alright, play with it a little bit, so now I can give it a review, or overview. Front barrel is identical with the locking mechanism as the Recon thing. So the Recon front end will fit. Mine's fit tight. Not sure if that's my Recon or the just manufacturing. And this will also go on the front of a Recon, which makes this look absolutely awesome. Yeah, it's absurdly long and unnecessary. It actually decreases range because it's just a fake barrel that creates extra friction on the dart when it's flying through, so that's not good. So if you're using this in its stock form, I'd suggest not using the front end, but it definitely looks cool if you're going to make a little Nerf movie or whatever. It looks kind of like a sniper rifle. The sight, I have decided, is absolutely ridiculous. In its down form, you can use this back notch and then the front notch to actually look through as a wider, you can call it a close quarter sight, and then if you're doing long range firing, which is instead of 15 feet, 25 feet, which is funny, you look through the small hole and then you line it up. That's actually very annoying because it's difficult to see. It's such a small hole, and being a Nerf gun, it's not going to be accurate enough for that actually to be used. So if you need to aim with the sight for some reason, I'd suggest keeping it down. The sight is removable and compatible, like the scope will fit on. I don't have one of those or anything else, just with this little clamp system. And this will also fit here if you want a sight on the bottom. But they have that little Strike flashlight's not cool little junk. So that's pretty neat that they have rails everywhere. Rail up here too, so, well, and there's 3 here. One main rail, little blue rail, then the orange rail. That's removable, obviously. Firing and operation is just like a Recon or a long shot. The bolt handle is, I'm pretty sure, the exact same size as a long shot, so it's pretty comfortable. The pull is roughly the same as a stock long shot. I don't have a stock long shot next to me, but that's from memory. The bolt sled, the jam door thing opens only when this is back, just like a Recon. It's kind of a combination of a Recon with the looks and function of a long shot, not really function. And the bolt has to be back to load a clip or a magazine. I do think this clip is a little too forward. It's a little uncomfortable because my hand wants to go right over the clip. This is too close and this is too far. That's where my hand wants to be, so I think the clip should have been here, but what can you do? That's because it's more based off of a real gun. The stock, my wants of it. The stock carries 2 long shot clips, or in-stock clips, sorry, in this fashion. To get it in, you just slide up. To get out, you pull down. This one is loaded. The friction of it is nice because it's not too tight where you're yanking like the Recon stock. I absolutely hate that one. It's really difficult to get in and really difficult to get out, which is not good when you're trying to reload. Sure, if you're running around it won't fall out, but I imagine this won't either. So this is a good mix. I like the improvement of that. The grip is very comfortable. I did not think it was going to be comfortable from the looks because of the angle, but it is very comfortable. I would still rate a long shot grip over this one, but this is a better one than like a Recon. But the Raider also still defeats that, but the Raider's amazing. Trigger pull, exactly like a Recon. Yeah, I know this is a noob review. I'm going over all the basic stuff, but this is a stock gun review. This is what I'd like to see from a stock review. The distance from the grip to the stock is a little small, but this again is built for children, so that's fine. I'm a pretty big person. It's still very comfortable. Your cheek will fit into the stock very comfortably, like a gun. Better than the long shot, in my opinion. And the sight is elevated, like a rail, almost like the long shot rail. So looking down is very easy if you're going to try to do long range shooting. But the range of this is about 25 feet, so it's not like it actually matters. And it's a Nerf gun, so it's so light that you can just shoot it like this. You don't actually have to be on it. You're not trying to kill recoil or whatever. It appears just as a sling mount, and so is this. If you wanted a tactical sling to sling over your back, that would be pretty cool. But yeah, I don't see myself using this blaster very much because of the awkwardness, and I would prefer a long shot being modified, but maybe I'll get into that after the other things. So yeah, again, it's already primed. The clip lock, the bolt lock is the same as the long shot. You can pull it back. You can only load the clip in when it's withdrawn all the way back, and it is locked in forward, and you cannot take the clip out in the forward position either. So yeah, now I'll try to fire it. This is going to be different than my normal firing test because I cannot actually get my computer to angle down that hallway. But to prime, pull back obviously and push forward. Pulling back primes to spring, then it catches. Pushing forward will load a dart into the chamber, or whatever you'd like to call it. It does shoot significantly shorter distances with this barrel on, but I'm going to shoot the blue wall, which is like 10 feet away, now without the front barrel. Even there, it's pretty noticeable that the range is different. I'm getting about 25 feet flat without the fake barrel, and then roughly like 18, 17 feet with the barrel. You can hear, that was my door. That was an angled shot though, so that doesn't really count. Now going over the cosmetics and finish of the blaster, I am pretty happy that they continued this digital pattern thing that they started on the Raider. It's blue, and then up close you can see this digital, it's like a textured kind of, it's not amazingly like, it doesn't pop out too much, which I didn't want it to, and it looks pretty cool. It's very cool to touch too. I do think the yellow paint they used is either cheap or just poorly applied. I am not happy with it. It's kind of faded. It almost looks like I painted it because I'm a horrible spray painter. But I didn't. This is stock. The blue is nice, obviously. I do like the color scheme they have, the blue and orange. I do plan on painting this, most likely lime green, because I think that's sweet. And I think that'll contrast with all of this orange because it's everywhere pretty well. But yeah, overall, the comfort and the finish of it is nice. The grooves and stuff, there's nothing that's too irritating to the hands. Everything's within reach. It's a pretty sound blaster as far as the design go, and the finish and all the little things that actually matter in a Nerf blaster. I know that's pretty hardcore to think about that in a Nerf gun because it doesn't really matter. But I'm happy that Hasbro, built another pretty good blaster. The paint, this yellow paint is really bugging me though, because I can see the blue through it. It's just kind of lazy. It's a completely different shade from here to here, so whatever. I will not be using this unless I decide to stick like a Titan tank in here, which would be pretty funny, because then I'd utilize all of that space. But other than that, yeah, I think that's it for the review.